All right, guys, I am here with Red Fox Crypto. How's it going?
Going well.
All right, so it's 2026. You've been hearing more and more about Bitcoin mining, about crypto mining, and you're interested in getting started, but you have absolutely no clue where to start. So you have a relative hit you up, ask that question. Hey, I hear you're into crypto. How can I get started? What's some tips that you give them?
I think really the first thing I would do is recommend just like a small, affordable, at home like Bitcoin miner. I
Mhm.
think Bitcoin is probably the place to start as somebody who's brand new before exploring anything else. There's a few that I have in mind, but probably just something that is really user friendly and not a lot of tinkering. Like
Mhm.
all that stuff can come later. The one I always come back to, I'll jump right to it, is the Avalon, Nano 3S.
That was literally what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just there's something about its packaging and how presents itself and the app. I think it's really designed well for somebody who has no knowledge in the
Mhm.
space to be able to, like, jump in and just get started. What about you? Is that the one that you would?
Yeah, well, at first, so as you were talking there, we introduced it. I was like, "Oh, the BitAxe, right? It's cheap, it's inexpensive." Cheap being about $100. And I was like, "But there's a little bit of barrier to entry with that. Like, you gotta have a little bit of technical background. You are setting that up with your cell phone, and then you're going to the IP address, and then that's the hard part. Is like when you're explaining that to somebody outside the technical IT space, it can be a challenge. And then I actually thought, as you were saying that about the Nano 3S, and I'm like, the big one there is an app. Everybody, like, has a smartphone nowadays that operates within that app space, and Kanan has done a really good job of making that easy to onboard, easy to get into, which I think is great, and, I'd even take it a step back a little bit to be like, "Okay, cool. Like, you wanna get into crypto mining? Love it, love to hear it. Bitcoin, as you said, is probably the first one. Let's make sure you have a good wallet first," is where my head would go at, and even in that sense too, it's like, I'm not gonna go recommend, even though I have one, like a ledger. It's a little that skill ceiling is a little bit higher to get that set up. I feel like something like a Tangent wallet would be a great avenue to go. You're not spending a ton of money, maybe 50 bucks, whatever, and just being able to manage it from a phone, because I feel like where I see a lot of people, and correct me if I'm wrong for you, is like they get into mining, but they don't have a good wallet solution. Let's talk home mining real quick. If you guys are in the market for your next home miner, I highly recommend ASICmarketplace.com. They have some of my home favorites, like the BitAxe Gamma 601, the new Supra Hex 701, and look at this, the Canaan Avalon Q, one of my favorite home miners, especially for heating during the fall and winter. And they got some of the new ones out there. The Nerd Miner, Nerd QX version 6.1, as well as the Beast Octa Axe. I can't wait to get one of these. Really looking forward to it. Finally, if you guys are in the market for parts, they actually just started carrying parts for home miners as well as full-size ASIC miners, power supplies, cables, adapters, as well as even control boards. Listen, when you're at checkout over at asicmarketplace.com, use the checkout code TheHobbyistMiner for $100 off. Check out the links directly down below.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think Tandem's smart because it's, again, it keeps you on your phone, keeps you really accessible. It's just the way it works is so user
Mhm.
friendly. I think if it's like a perfect pairing with the machine like the Nano 3S,
Mhm.
it feels familiar, it doesn't feel scary. I think that's a really big thing because when you hear Bitcoin, you hear cryptocurrency, people don't get it. They just don't understand.
Yep.
They've heard so many things that it's kind of scary. And so when they are now in their mind going to take this risk to step into the space, I think having a miner and then a wallet
Mhm.
that makes it less scary and really welcoming is the right place to go. And really kudos to both of those companies for designing it in that way. You got the other stuff, the more complicated stuff that you can tinker with later if that's something you're into. But as far as making it really accessible for anybody, I think that pairing is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, so at this point, okay, let's say you got a wallet and you got your first miner ready. You're ready to set it up and kind of go from there. I highly recommend, like, educate yourself.
Mm.
And that's even maybe even a step back, even a little bit more, is like, spend the time to educate yourself. I remember, like, when I first got into this, I was actually my family and I were between homes. We were living with my mother-in-law then because, like, one house sold, the other one didn't quite yet, whatever, and, I had, like, 6 months of, like, "Okay, I'm not gonna have my own house, I'm not gonna have my own space." So I was watching your channel, it was watching, Red Panda's channel, Don't Tell Him That, and a few others, Voscoin, and just understanding, like, what is crypto mining? How does it work? I think we very quickly are like, okay, Bitcoin, it makes money. I'm going to jump in. And then we just spend money. And then it's like, oh, wait, you kind of like tried to shortcut it.
Mhm.
And there really isn't. Like spending the time to educate yourself. And YouTube is a fantastic tool because, like, as we're talking about here, like the Tangem or the Nano 3S, like there, I've done videos on them. You've done videos on them. And I feel like there's just so much content out there that you can educate yourself on and go down those rabbit holes, which I know you do, of like learning even the technical side.
Mhm.
Not that that's required, but I think it helps you understand a little bit more about what you're getting into.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think what it helps with is your, like, buy-in
Mhm.
to what's actually happening here. You get past this, like, "I wanna make money," or "This is interesting," to, like, "Oh, I understand. I understand what is actually happening here, why this has value and worth, and why it's a good investment." So, the great thing about YouTube and the internet is just so many places to learn. There's people who have done this stuff, who are able to take complex concepts and put them in a simple way, for you to get a hold of, and then continue to learn and grow from there. But, I think everybody has a different entry into Bitcoin, into mining. But at the end, I think it's that learning of like, oh, that's how this is working. And this is why people are talking about it. That's what keeps you around.
Yeah, I think, looking at that, even if you're stepping into this and you're like, listen, I got capital to spend. I want to make like real money here and spend some real money. I even recommended these people like start out with like Tangem and a Nano 3S because before you go spending a ton of money on like, I want to buy ASIC miners and I want to have them hosted. I want to run them and make a significant amount of money per day. It's like great. But I've seen so many people jump into that and not really understand it, and they struggle, right? Because they made a big investment, but they don't understand how it works. And it's like literally take 30 days to understand your wallet, to understand, the mining aspect of it. Because once you scale larger, it's the same
Yeah.
concepts. The same concepts of setting up a miner, the pool, how you're getting paid out, it going to your wallet still apply at a small Nano 3S all the way up to like, I just bought an L9. It's the same concepts across the board.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like it all is gonna scale with you. So do that early learning, and you're gonna have that forever because it doesn't change.
Mhm.
It doesn't change. Those same concepts are there. The miner might change, the wallet you use might change, but they all work the same.
Mhm.
Like Bitcoin is built one way. It's not gonna change how it's built, but maybe the methods that you interact with it might change over time. So yeah, I think that's a great point.
So you, have done these things, right? We have a wallet, we have our miner, we set it up, we've earned a little bit of crypto. Something that is constantly overlooked that I think happens is, okay, now let's say that Bitcoin or that crypto you're mining, it pumps a little bit and you wanna sell it.
Mhm.
The challenge that people miss out on is setting up their off-ramp. They always do that last. And if you're like, well, what do you mean? Well, it's in crypto and it's on your wallet. How do I get it to my bank account? How can I use it, in the state it's in? What do you recommend for people?
Yeah, I think this is a great point. Coinbase is what I've always used since the beginning, and you might be watching this and go, don't sell it. You're not supposed to. You can't sell it." And I actually recommend that you sell really early,
Okay.
and just sell it just so you see it work.
Okay.
There's something magical about mining a little bit of something and then converting it on an exchange like Coinbase right to your native currency, and then sending that to your bank account.
Yep.
Like it feels more real because you're still maybe in that space where you're like, I don't know about all this fancy, like, fake internet money.
Magic internet money. Everybody
Oh,
else.
I just made magic internet money into real
Yep.
dollars that I can use in the world. So I think there's something about just experiencing that for the
Hmm.
first time, and then once you do, you're probably not gonna quickly wanna sell again because you've seen it happen and you wanna keep holding and speculating on the price to go up so that maybe you can take advantage of that price and maybe sell or take a loan against your Bitcoin, whatever you wanna do sometime later. But I do think that selling early on just gives you that experience that's important to the whole process of getting involved.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna hear many people recommend like, "Okay, you're getting started. This is that video to watch. Have your off-ramp set up." But it is super important. I mean, Crypto.com, Kraken, Coinbase, those are all ones that are very familiar and easy to use within the US. You do have to set up like a KYC process, know your customer with them ahead of time to get that all set up. But that's the thing is like, if you do that as you're getting started, it's not like, "Oh my gosh, I need to sell this. It's pumping." And you got to go through a KYC process. It has to get approved. That could take a day or two. How long is it going to take to go from here to here? The big one too is at that point, you're also learning like how to send crypto, right? Because just as you had talked about, like test it out, like
Mhm.
send it from that Tangent wallet where it goes when you mine it to an exchange. That process is scary. Like sending your
Yes.
crypto for the first time, it's super scary. So like send $5 in Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Or whatever it may be over to that and then liquidate it just to see what that process is like is super important. Now, another avenue too is that a lot of those exchanges actually have their own credit cards with it.
Mm.
So you not only can go to bank account, but you can also go ahead and front load it with, let's say you earned $100 in Bitcoin or whatever, you can front load it to that card and then you could go spend that at the gas station
Yeah.
or wherever. And that also gives you that feeling of like, wait, this is real. Like I can spend this. I can actually use it somewhere. And you were talking about magic internet money. Quick story was when I first got started, I did an interview with Bitsby Trippin
Mhm.
Carter years ago. This is before I showed my face, which I actually did right
Yeah,
here
that's right.
a few years ago. And I did an interview with him, and he explained this perfectly, where he was like, and it brings me back of when he was explaining how that first time that magic internet money hits your crypto wallet. The first thing, like for me, I think back, it was with a GTX 970. I was mining Ravencoin. And my first wallet then, which I don't recommend as much anymore, was Exodus wallet. It was
Mhm.
a desktop app wallet. And I remember going in there, I was like, wait, I have a balance. And like, this isn't like US dollar. I didn't go work for this, right?
Yeah.
That miner, that GPU was my worker and I earned it. It is the greatest feeling. Do you remember that? Like when
Oh my
I
god.
say your like first time anything hit your wallet?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're going back to, GTX 1080, and I was mining some of the Equihash coins back then, probably on Zcash, and then just I think I was probably converting that on some pool that doesn't exist anymore, to Litecoin or Bitcoin, and then just seeing that, like, hit Coinbase
Yeah.
or hit my wallet, and then, like, it having, like, a value attached to it,
Mhm.
right? Because 'Cause it'll display, like, what it's worth in USD and just being like, "Wow, that, like, I just turn my hardware that I already had, use electricity and compute power to make money.
Mhm.
Like, that's an amazing thing for me,
Yep.
and then that set me down the rabbit hole of, like, why did it do that? Like, what service did I provide as a miner that somebody wanted to pay me for, that this network wanted to pay me for? Which goes back to that, like, you're getting deep in it now, and you're, like, understanding either Bitcoin or these projects, that, these other cryptocurrencies in there and like what problems they're looking to solve in the real world and like how you can be a very real part of that by spending energy in the physical world to get paid in the digital world.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, listen, we're going to wrap things up there. I want to do a quick video talking about how to get started in crypto mining in 2026. I'll leave links to a lot of things we talked about down below, the miners, the wallets, off-ramp opportunities for you. Please go over and check out Red Fox Crypto's channel. He does a ton of how-to videos that you guys can value from as new miners. And for myself and Red Fox, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Are you ready to invest in your next Bitcoin miner, but unsure where to start? Look no further than compassmining.io. Why choose Compass Mining? 3 reasons. Number 1, an effortless buying experience. Their state-of-the-art website and secure checkout process make purchasing your Bitcoin miner a breeze. Number 2, their expert guidance. Unsure which Bitcoin miner is right for you? Their friendly, knowledgeable team based in the US is here to help. Number 3, their hosting solutions. Need a place to host your new Bitcoin miners? Compass Mining has over 20 partner locations across the United States. I recently visited their Nebraska facility in December and now host several Bitmain Antminer S21s and S19K Pros at Compass. The experience was fantastic. Ready to learn more? Visit the link down below to set up a free one-on-one consultation with a Compass Mining team member, or watch the full Nebraska mining farm tour down below. Start your Bitcoin mining journey today with Compass Mining.